After a spooky banzuke drop on Halloween morn, we discovered a lot of bumpin' and jivin' in the banzuke, and not just for the top two divisions. Here I'll be coming at you with updates on the lower division guys who you need to keep an eye on in the upcoming Kyushu Basho. If you want to take a look for yourself, be sure to click on the link to my spreadsheet in the description down below, now that it's color-coded. All of the gentlemen I am keeping track of are definitely the ones you need to know about coming into the future. That way, you and I both can be like, hey, I scouted that guy when he was in Jonidan. I absolutely knew he was going to become a Yokozuna. Come on, you all believe me, right? I said we'd be covering the lower divisions, but we gotta mention the Juryo division. Everyone except for Gonoyama are at new career highs, but that is not all. Atami Fuji is making his debut in the top division. Look out for this rookie to surprise you, and well, Gachi Clash, everyone is already playing it, and a lot of people are voting for him, so be sure to vote for him as well. I probably will too. Back to Juryo division, we have Hokuseiho reaching Juryo 6 East, the Yusho winner Tochi Musashi at Juryo 7 East being flanked by Keen Bolzan at Juryo 7 West. Oshoma is at Juryo 12 West, and hanging on by the skin of his teeth is Gonoyama at Juryo 14 West. Look out for Tochi Musashi and Hokuseiho to be the next debutantes in the top division, barring any kind of terrible things like another injury for Hokuseiho. Some people might be miffed if I don't mention this as well, but it is the debut of 23-year-old Roga. After his debut in 2019 and off of the back of two straight Yusho from the bottom two divisions, he struggled for years in the top of the third division before finally reaching his current height. Good luck to him in Juryo, because there are a lot of other fresh young talents that he is going to have to fight through. In the Makushita division, we have new career highs for a lot of my favorite guys, as well as a couple of debuts in the lower end. In the Makushita Joy, the first 15 ranks, wherein if you get 7-0 Yusho, you will be promoted to that next division. We have Fuji Seiyun reaching Makushita 3 West, Shishi a half a rank away from his career high at Makushita 7 West, Muscle Man Ishizaki right below him at Makushita 8 East, Kawazoe only moving up 2 ranks to Makushita 13 East. Soon to be 21-year-old Hayate Fuji is just outside of the Joy at Makushita 17 West. Toyo University graduate Kanzaki is at Makushita 21 East. 18-year-old Seto no Umi is at Makushita 26 East. My man Miyagi is at Makushita 30 East. Koto Tebakari makes his debut at Makushita 37 East, which is pretty damn high. Kaio is also debuting at Makushita 45 West, and Hatsuyama is sneaking up to Makushita 51 West. Some of my favorites fell at the previous Basho, notably Mukai Nakano, who has a 2 and 5 in Aki, now sitting at Makushita 33 East, while my other man, who just turned 20 on the day of Spooks, Kiryuko, who, with the 3 and 4 at Aki, now sits at Makushita 28 East. Let's hope both of these 20-year-olds bounce back and can keep on climbing. Most of the excitement in Sandanme is happening at the bottom of this division with a lot of new debuts, but it would be a disservice to skip over everyone else. 19-year-old Hanafusa sits at Sandanme 4 West, 19-year-old Kyoda just below at Sandanme 6 West, 19-year-old Kumanoryu at Sandanme 16 East, flanked by 20-year-old Murayama at Sandanme 16 West. Chuo University man Kaze Keno is up to Sandanme 18 West. 18-year-old Koto Kenryu, who turns 19 during the Hatsu Basho in January, is at Sandanme 21 West. To Seiryu is at Sandanme 22 West. 17-year-old Shunrai is at Sandanme 26 West. 16-year-old Tanji is at Sandanme 32 East. 19-year-old Wakamiyabi is at Sandanme 48 East. 20-year-old Go Seiryu is at Sandanme 54 East. And here we are going to have a slew of debuts with Tokyo University man Arise at Sandanme 77 East, the 16-year-old twins Haya Shiryu and Rinko at Sandanme 80 West, and Sandanme 81 East, respectively. 19-year-old Tatsuosho at Sandanme 86 East, and after a year of struggling in Jonidan, 17-year-old Kiyonohana at Sandanme 87 East. And I feel like I needed to mention a lot of these guys' ages because they are very young. Like, we are being spoiled right now with Atami Fuji at 19 years old and a bunch of other really cool guys making their way up at 20 years old, 21 years old. The university graduates are all either, like 23, 24. These guys have a lot of years ahead of them to develop, and they are going to be very exciting to look for. And if you hear any squeaking, I'm sorry, but that's my dog playing with his octopus. Especially be on the lookout for those 16-year-olds, Tanji, Hayashiryu, and Rinko, because it is going to be a huge hurdle for them right now. And, I wouldn't be worried if they made their way back down to Jonidan. Speaking of Jonidan, this division is full of debutantes from Jonokuchi, and some of them are very exciting to see. But we do have other young guns still making their slow rises to new career highs, and much like I mentioned the ages of the gentlemen in Sandanme, you're gonna want to hear some of these guys down here too. Here we have 16-year-old Zui Tenryu at Jonidan 5 West, 19-year-old Ito at Jonidan 8 East, debutante and Jonokuchi Yusho winner Otani from Nihon University at Jonidan 14. Debutante 15-year-old Taka Arashi at Jonidan 54. 17-year-old Dai Tenshin at Jonidan 69. 16-year-old debutante Sato Tanaka at Jonidan 71 East. Flanked by debutante 16-year-old Najima at Jonidan 71 West. And finally, one more 16-year-old debutante in Koto Funo at Jonidan 73 East. I don't know if this current class will be like the last one, wherein all of them went 6-1 in their debut in Jonidan. So I can only hope these very young guys can stand their ground and get some winning records. For some of these guys, being so young, this is going to be where one of their first big hurdles is, and so, again, we can't really be afraid of them getting a 4-3 or even a 3-4, 2-5, especially for the guys at the very higher parts of the banzuke. I also don't have any news about any tsukedashi rikshi for the upcoming banzuke, but that may change between now and the start of the basho, which will be happening here in the Americas Saturday, November 12th. And thank God for daylight savings. Holy cow, I only need to be up until 3 a.m. instead of 4. Woo! Be sure to tune in either here on my YouTube channel or my Twitch, twitch.tv/Leo Dickinson Sumo. I'm trying to match up the branding. So you can watch all of the rikshi I mentioned here and more that I didn't that are on my list down in the description below. We will be hosting Day 0 on Friday, November 11th at 9 p.m. Central Time, where we will see how I did on the latest Guess the Banzuke, play the Kachi Clash, see if there's any last-second news, watch some training videos, and more. So be sure to tune in to catch all the action live for the Kyushu Basho and for your chance to win some Tamawashi merchandise. Be sure to watch on the Twitch side for your chance at that raffle to win a Banzuke, a Tamawashi keychain, and a Tamawashi magnet, because his fan towels were sold out, and I'm sorry about that. Thanks again for watching, and I will be seeing you there.